3, 2, 1. All right. So this 2026, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be speaking to the masses. We're going to be reaching people beyond the realms of what we've reached. And we are happy that you're here with us today for our first episode of whatever this show is called.
I think we should call it the red line.
The red line, the blue line, the green line. Just know somebody's line. So for this first episode today, we want to go over 2026, the incredibleness of 2026. There's a certain aura behind 2026. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are in the gym giving motivational speeches saying that this could be the year. And to us, it's just another year.
We've been doing this.
And of course, we want to thank our staff, our amazing staff, our two producers, which are over here, but we won't name them, the two Z's, which are helping us with this show. So, without any further ado, let's get into the first topic of the year, which is going to be a huge video that has made it viral on Instagram with her. And basically what she's done is she's gone door to door and she's helping uncover some of the fraud that's happening here in this town or in the state of Utah. We're actually in California right now as we speak. But what's been happening is it's been brought to her attention that there's been fraud in the elections, whether it's state, municipal, but there have been signs of this fraud. It's been happening for years. And I'll let her get into it a little bit deeper. I mean, she knows a little bit more than I do. But the interesting part of this is most people thought it was a myth. Most people thought it was fake. It was like this, the Loch Ness monster, right? It's not true. You'll never find it. And interestingly enough, we have found it. So, Sarah, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your findings, what made you want to get into this, and, you know, what this is starting to look like, or maybe what the future holds with this situation.
Yeah, so it's weird that it's actually kind of split down party lines. The Democrats, they are more prone to turning a blind eye towards cheating allegations. But the Republicans as a whole, they know there's cheating. They know that the election of 2020 was stolen. And if you think about it, it is common sense that there's cheating in our election systems. There's cheating in relationships. There's cheating in schools. There's cheating at work, at jobs. And then they go ahead and say, oh, but there's no cheating in elections. Like, where's the common sense? There's a cheating problem.
So what made you look into this particular situation, and how did you uncover what you've uncovered so far?
Well, like you said, we all believe that there is cheating, and so we just decided that we need to go and do the manual labor to find those specific cases. And I'm working with Steve Ace. He is the one that has the voter rolls, and we are focusing in Utah County right now because those voter rolls are expensive, and those are the ones that we have. What was the other question?
Shout out to Steve. The other question was, obviously you're explaining a little bit of the origin story behind who's involved and where, but and you also went over how obviously there have been signs of election fraud. You are running a page called Elections Integrity. Tell us a little bit about that and what the core mission is of that group.
Yeah, so that page is just dedicated to looking at individual cases to show that there is this cheating or ballot harvesting or some type of election fraud.
Okay, so and that's a very unique word, ballot harvesting. For those that are at home that maybe don't know what the meaning of that word is, what is ballot harvesting and is that common?
So the way how I learned about it was James O'Keefe, and he was going in Minnesota years ago, uncovering this, interviewing Somalians and just people in the area, voters that were claiming that there was election fraud, there was ballot harvesting, and many of those who are involved with Ilhan Omar were going around picking up ballots and showing multiple ballots, like 20-something ballots, bragging about that they just picked those up and that they're on the way to the drop box.
That's interesting. I've heard a little bit about James O'Keefe. He does great work. And it's very interesting that we're talking about Minnesota because Minnesota is, as we speak, under the scope of fraud and other things that may be happening in that state. Most of us believe that there is, but we'll let the evidence speak for itself. And if it does come out that it is fraud, then it's fraud. Until now, we do live in the U.S. where it's guilty until proven charged, or innocent. Yeah, innocent until proven guilty, and that's what we're going to go with. So very interesting. So we have ballot harvesting, we have election fraud, we have
What else is there?
election integrity. We have a lot of these different issues here happening in Utah or happening in the state of Utah. And I guess what you're saying is all of those things combined are the mission goal of elections integrity is to uncover the fraud that's happening and how it's happening,
Right.
obviously where it's
we
happening.
want to collab with anybody that is working on that mission.
Awesome. So you heard that. She's looking for more people that are on the same mission. I know there's a ton of you out there. It would be great to work together and help bust the case. One of the huge things is this video's gotten a lot of traction, a lot of viewers, a lot of comments in the comment section, where interestingly enough, a lot of people actually agree with the fact that there may be some fraudulent activity happening in our elections. Quite interestingly enough, we actually had somebody reach out, right? Someone reach out and request that the video be taken down because either they know the person or it's related to someone they know. We don't want to get into too much details about it. But how do you feel about that happening? And what kind of signs do that, like, what does that make you feel? What does it give you when people are actually reaching out and saying, "Hey, you should take that down," because what does that mean to you guys?
Well, at first it was kind of intimidating because so many people have seen this video and shared it, but after rewatching the video, there was only questions that were asked.
Yeah.
We were recording the current homeowner who is not related or friends with the previous homeowner. And the allegation was that I was giving out too much information. But this is all public. You can call the county clerk and ask for a little bit of a record. You can purchase the voter rolls, which has the record of that voter. And then also the NCOA data, that is public. And that's what we use to mail out ballots. So that is just the change of address, the national change of address through the post office. And that is public as well. So we didn't do anything wrong. And actually, the message that the person sent was
It implicates.
it was kind of incriminating with what she said.
Well, that's going to be our first episode where we actually discussed what election integrity is, which is the group Elections Integrity. We went over some of the suspected fraud that is happening. We went over a video that actually went viral explaining some of this fraud, uncovering some of the fraud in our own backyard. And this is just one of many videos, one of many situations that we're going to uncover. And so for our first episode, we wanted to introduce ourselves. Sarah wanted to introduce herself with the Elections Integrity page. I want to introduce myself as the host of this show, my co-host Sarah. And what we're going to do this year is we're going to sit down, we're going to discuss these events, we're going to go over these things. And very soon we'll be streaming, and it's going to be exciting. We look forward to having you on the show where you can type in all the questions you have. We're going to have callers call in. We're going to have viewers call in. It's going to be an amazing show. This is just the beginning. And 2026 is very bright. It looks bright. You know, we have the midterms coming. We have a lot of exciting times coming. And so we want to let you know that this is the place to come, get your information, get your ones and twos, come in, have the conversations, invite as many people as you know, let everybody know about the show, and we'll see you there. We plan on streaming and going live multiple times a week, but we will give you guys those announcements. You guys will see that. And Sarah, do you have any closing statements or anything else? Any final words for our viewers for this first episode?
I'm excited. I've asked this whole year for this man right here to do a podcast. So I think 2026 is looking bright, and hopefully we can get some good content and you guys will enjoy the show.
All right, so get your investigator cap on, get your go-go gadget on, and prepare to bust the case. We'll see you on our next episode. Goodbye.